we've also got 20% off Deep Cleanse, but that ends tonight, so be sure to get those specials at InfoWarsStore.com. Again, we're tracking the situation in Istanbul. 2 explosions have hit the main airport in Istanbul, a Turkish official has said, with reports around 40 people being wounded. Gunfire was reportedly heard at Istanbul Ataturk Airport, while footage showed people running for cover. Turkish broadcaster Haberturk said that 40 people had been taken to hospital. Government officials said 2 suspects blew themselves up at the airport, Turkey's largest. Now, of course, they've suffered attacks from Kurdish militant groups, but from the MO, it looks like it could be Islamic State, despite the fact that Turkey's been arming Islamic State, treating their soldiers, allowing them to cross back and forth between the border. They've been hit once again. Another sterling illustration of why it was such a harebrained, ridiculous idea to stay in the EU, given the fact that millions of Turks expressed their desire to move to the United Kingdom, given that the EU is now talking with Turkey about them obtaining EU membership. Again, the Paris mastermind bragged that they had exploited this refugee wave, this migrant wave, to carry out those attacks. ISIS has bragged about it in numerous different instances. And now Turkey has been hit once again, so we'll continue to cover that at Infowars.com. More cultural enrichment news out of the Daily Wire. Muslim asylum seekers in Germany having a bad day, so they rape a woman. Again, that's how they justified this act. This woman was raped in a park. They justified the act in front of the judge by saying, well, we were having a bad day, so we just went ahead and did that. It's perfectly normal. And if you disagree with that, well, maybe you're an Islamophobe. We got the Pope saying that the church, the Catholic Church, should apologize to gays for the Orlando shooting. Yeah, I know that sounds ridiculous, but actually read the quotes. If you thought the Afghan Muslim who shot up the Pulse nightclub and pledged allegiance to Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi of the Islamic State was to blame for the massacre, you're wrong. It was Christians, and they need to get to apologizing. Basically, at this point, the Pope is an unabashed Islamist. He needs to excommunicate himself. Now, in the aftermath of Brexit, we've still got these, quote, racist incidents occurring in the UK. Random drunk people and basically chavs hurling racial abuse at people on buses. National outrage being blamed on Brexit supporters. You know, millions of views on these videos on Facebook. Again, noticeably less concern about the 1,400 young girls in Rotherham alone that were abused by Pakistani Muslim rape gangs over the course of more than a decade. And of course, it wasn't only in Rotherham, it was in numerous other areas. The market has picked up again today. Well, what do you know? Godzilla didn't rampage through the streets. We didn't have another Great Depression after Brexit. Europe stocks closed 2.5% higher after 2 days of losses. FTSE up 2.5%. And again, the pound has also recovered many of its losses since the Brexit vote. So again, they fear-mongered about it. They said there would be a new Great Depression. They're going to blame any downturn in the market on Brexit. They're going to blame any ISIS terror attack in Europe on Brexit. That's the narrative they're trying to push to sabotage this vote. We can't let them do it. You have to hold that post-Brexit government's feet to the fire and demand they follow through on our democratic will. That's going to wrap it up for the show. Infowars Nightly News coming up. Alex will be back tomorrow. Breaking news at Infowars.com.